Hi, beautiful souls. Today I'm sharing a little light on being very aware about what it is you're calling forth. If you are practicing mastery, skills, practices, gifts, and you are bringing forth those practices into your now existence experience, be very careful not to overload your physical body with experiences that your body may need to move through in order for you to gain, or at least remember that wisdom. To be more specific, let me give you the example of courage. If you are asking to be courageous, to be masterful in your courage, because there are specific qualities in mastery, and courage is certainly one of them. If you're asking for everything, one on top of the other, you will have such an acceleration that it can actually literally throw the body vehicle out. And you don't want to do that because believe me, I this is what I did. I'm very much an all or nothing kind of person. So I kind of do everything all at once. And then I'm like, oh gosh, maybe that wasn't such a sensible idea. Maybe there was something, another way to do it. And so when we actually are guided by just like, okay, in this moment, I'm going to concentrate solely on the mastery of courage, and I leave all the other things aside for the time being. That would be a much better way to do it, because you're not just going to suddenly feel courageous inside. You're not suddenly just going to be like walking along going, I do believe I feel rather courageous. You're going to be offered opportunities for you to demonstrate how courageous you really are. And in those opportunities, you're like, interesting. I've obviously transcended a lot of the stuff that how I was being before. And now look at me here. Was it last year? Yes, it was last year. Last year I had two really bad car accidents, 11 weeks apart. Last year was a horrible year for me. Lots of different reasons, but it was very heavy. And I had this accident at the start of the year. I was actually concerned at the time about traveling north around about the time of the full moon, because things can be a bit crazy, and certainly there's a lot more accidents on the road then. And of course, that's all very fear orientated. But when you're going through some stuff and you're not fully in your right sense of peacefulness within, you can present as goodness knows what else. And I was presenting as somebody who was rather traumatized, to put it mildly. So I was a bit concerned. And of course, driving up north, what happens? But a man driving fast, trying to get to the football, smashes straight into the back of my vehicle when my dog's in the back, who's literally terrified of everything, and writes my car off. And I'm literally on the side of the road without a car. And what do I do? Well, you have to rise to meet a situation like that. You can't just go to pieces and cry at the side of the road. Nothing's going to help you come off the side of the road if you're doing that. During that moment of literally getting myself together and everything else, a pickup van that came to collect my car and the other person's car tried to get my dog in the car. My dog literally almost went underneath the tow truck and almost ran back out into the motorway. It was really hairy. Thankfully, the guy had a good handle on him and I had him in a harness. But anyway, it was a really very traumatic event. Then 11 weeks to the day, the same situation occurred again. I say it wasn't my fault. Of course, we make agreements to experience things with other souls that are like, yes, I'd like to experience whatever it is. And everything is happening in the quantum. And I was on a roundabout, and another accident. This one was again uh, hit into the back of me, wrote my car off, hit a tree, and I was literally beside myself. It was just a nightmare, really nightmare. But again, it offered me an opportunity to practice courage, to practice resilience, to practice um, demonstrating the power of strength, inner strength, even when I didn't think I had any. And this seemed to be the theme, literally, of last year, was practicing courage and inner strength and resilience, despite people that I trusted breaking my trust and abandoning me, and all those sorts of things, that everything that you can imagine that is difficult to process, it happened last year. Not being able to eat, having a problem swallowing, the cancer situation was told it metastasized into my liver last year, I think it was, or maybe it was the year before, I can't remember. No, it was last year. You lose track of time, seriously. I don't even remember time anymore. And so there was so much intensity, but in the intensity, I was certainly mastering certain traits. But I also was calling in so many others at the same time. I'm this, I'm that, da 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 da, da, da. I'm calling forth this, I'm calling forth that. And my body vehicle was like, holy moly, are we not going to have a rest? We really need to have a rest. And I didn't think about it. I was just on such a mission, like, oh, let's get this sorted. Time is of the essence. We don't want to be hanging around here. We don't want to experience this kind of density again. We don't want to experience these kind of people in our lives again. We don't experience this kind of whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so much of it is just so focused on transcendence that it becomes, the lesson becomes less loving and becomes more stressful. And when we are developing our mastery, it should be joyful. And this is one of the things that whenever I'm connecting with my dear master friend, Babaji, who is probably one of the masters that is in most resonance with me, the one that has certainly taught me more than probably any other, it's like it's joy, relaxation, gentleness, soften, 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 like all the body, like soften, soften, soften. And his body is like, he's like a little skeleton, but it's all soft and gentle, like you poke a bone of his and it's actually bends. There's a softness to him. So just be aware, if you are practicing mastery and you're practicing qualities of mastery, what do you really want to focus on now? What will actually really make a difference to your lifestyle right now? Maybe telepathy would be a really good one for you right now. And how might you like to practice that? Ask your heart, I would like to practice telepathy with this person, that person, the other person. I would like this master to support my journey through this. I would like for this master to assist me, to let me know when it's time to just gently, 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 easy, have a half term, have a break. Because if you do it all on your own, which is how I kind of went ahead and practiced different practices of mastery, if you go ahead and do it on it, you can literally really, really do one to the body vehicle. You can really push things into a direction that it's just so intense, and you have to integrate so much, it's exhausting. So just be careful. And by being careful, I mean go to your heart. There's no rush for any of this. Everything is in its own divine and perfect timing. Just say, what does my heart most wish to master this moment? Or which mastery quality do I most wish to remember? Because remember, you've already got everything within you already. Nothing is separate from you. You don't need any of it. You don't even need to experience any of it in this now. But you want to be so very careful about how you call things forth. If you say, I am this, I know that I'm this, I'm grateful for my this within me, I'm so thankful for this, and da 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 da. You're saying yes, that you have all of this quality, but you're not being specific, like, I remember the quality of courage that I have always held within me. So be really careful about how you word things. This is like another aspect of wise wording, is having the intelligence, the higher intelligence, the integration of higher mind and higher heart, that you are able to call things forth in a light way, in a way that supports you and that supports the body vehicle and supports all that you are bringing forth to create more light in this world and in this now. You don't have to try and be anything that you're not. You're already everything that you wish to be. But when you are bringing forth and making those qualities very much on the forefront, just relax. You don't need to do it all at once. And ask your heart, what is going to be the most useful quality of mastery for me to remember in this moment, that will elevate, illuminate, and uplift my path, so that I can integrate and merge everything within my crystalline form, my higher expression of golden divine blueprint, so that I can truly live as my highest expression in this perfect moment. You don't have to know everything all at once. You know everything all at once. You know everything all at once, but your human is best receiving in increments until it's integrated, merged, integrated, merged. And as it keeps integrating and merging on greater levels and higher levels, then it can take the acceleration. But you put the acceleration too soon and you will throw yourself out. And that's what I wish to share today, is an experience that may be of assistance to others, because I know what it's like to throw the body vehicle out by taking on board too much in a particular space of time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Zaza. Like, subscribe and share if you feel called to do so. Thank you.